Hi, I'm Henry, aka Henners. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, classical musician, and massive Eurovision fan, all the things. I'm getting through the Eurovision 2026 entries, reacting to them, giving a bit of musical analysis and predicting how it could do in the contest. Today we're off down under to our friends in Australia. They have selected their entry. Obviously, the past couple of years, Australia haven't been on the hottest streak, unfortunately, so I think for the 70th anniversary and to resurrect that streak, the broadcaster's gone, right, we're going to go all guns blazing, we're going to find the best artist we can, and they've selected Delta Goodrem. Obviously, everyone's very excited, she's quite a well-established name. I think I was kind of gaslighting myself into thinking that I had heard of her before and knew who she was. Maybe I had, I didn't know much at all.
I know a lot of things, but I don't know about that. I'm not sure why.
So I did some research, and she's obviously very experienced and very well known. She was like signed to a label at like 15, some kind of ridiculous age. Bit of a child prodigy, she's done TV, all the things, and is now doing Eurovision for Australia 2026. Australia, since this song came out, have shot up into the odds. Right now as I'm recording this, they're in 4th place in the odds, which is kind of crazy. So I'm excited to see what that's all about. As this is the official music video with the official audio, I'm more likely to get copyright claims. So there probably will be a few more cuts and edits, but the extended reaction is over on my Patreon with the other extended reactions I've already done for the season. And also once I've finished all of the entries, I'll be posting some national final performance reactions that I've missed over on there, as long with pre-party vocal analyses when the pre-parties happen. I'm very excited to watch this today. This is Eclipse by Delta Goodrem. Without further ado, let's go. We're in a desert. Harp, that's lovely. Wow, she's a very good vocalist, I can already tell. Ooh. Very spiritual, almost quite 60s trippy. Bit of soul in the voice there. Oh, I love this soundscape, it's gorgeous. Oh, that's a nice chord. Okay, before we go into the big build-up, we've got these harp sounds, more kind of airy, like synthy kind of sounds. What is that? Oh, strings. We've got strings. No comes. Quite a classic pop vibrato on her. So we actually go from this D major to the D minor. Now this is the chorus, maybe. Quite a simple chord progression here. Obviously very powerful vocal. All beat coming in. Lyrics sound quite, not generic in a bad way, but kind of digestible. So what notes were we up there? Up to the D5, I think. Oh, I like how we've gone into the dark. This must have been a long shooting day. Actually, no, we're probably in a studio now. I'm excited to see how they might choose to stage this. Could be a bit make or break. I love this headpiece she has on. Juries will love this vocal. Beat. Not full-on dance pop, I wouldn't say, but feels quite reminiscent of like 2010s pop. Oh, lovely piano. Oh, got some unique motifs there going outside of the key. I like that. We are one. Oh, I think we've gone up a tone. Oh, slightly different groove here. Kind of half timing it. Up to the G, wow. As high as Mariana Conte went. Wow. I mean, that was largely about the vocal performance. Very impressive. Song-wise, I feel like nothing revolutionary, but something that jurors will probably appreciate. The only reason I mentioned staging was if this is is her at a piano or just standing on stage singing with some like the LEDs of like an Eclipse, it might get a bit forgotten just because I think staging is getting more impactful and sort of highbrow and high quality as we go on. But yeah, I think this could do quite well. I don't think it will be in contention to win, but I'm going to talk about that a bit more in depth now. But first I'm going to look at the lyrics. So we've got shadows in the moonlight, dancing with the sun, planets are aligning to love as one. I love this first verse, probably like the most out of the whole song, because we had these more quite dreamy sounds that I was kind of hoping maybe would carry on for a bit more, but planets are aligning to love as one. So yeah, very through all coming together as one big happy community kind of thing with nature. It won't be long till the morning comes in a sky full of stars. Coldplay reference. Through though our lives were above, we've only just begun. Okay, quite vague lyrics feel like that kind of revolution. It's all gonna be okay. We're all friends kind of thing. One touch, one kiss, all my life for a night like this. The world stops for us, only love exists when we eclipse. So yeah, it's that alignment theme is kind of the main lyrical concept here, which is maybe a bit opposing to the current state of the contest where no one really seems to be aligning very much with their views, unfortunately. Call it perfect timing, I call it divine. Gravity is pulling your heart to mine. So I suppose it is more of a relationship between two people, I suppose. Yeah, fairly standard lyrics there, but no, I'm excited to listen to that song again. It felt powerful and grand, and I'm excited to see how it's staged. Will it qualify? I would be quite surprised if it didn't, I think I would say. I think juries will appreciate it quite a bit. It's in the second semi-final where we might not have as many jury favourites quite in the same way. We've got Malta in that semi-final, which is quite different, so I think this kind of exists on its own. But first semi-final, oh no, we do have Ukraine actually. So I think maybe could come about third or so in the juries in that semi-final, which I think in itself would probably be enough to qualify. And then televote, I'm sure this will get more televote love than it has done than Australia have done in the past couple of years, maybe just based on name recognition. They're in the second half of the second semi-final, which is quite a good draw. UK are voting in that semi-final, so I'm sure we'll give them some love. Shame the past couple of years in terms of qualification. I think different things going on here that they need to work on. I appreciate the variety of acts here because every single one of them is a very different vibe, and I like that. I like a broadcaster dipping their toes into different genres without it being too chaotic, just kind of showcasing their musical scene. I think with 2024, I love the Indigenous representation. I think the kind of messaging and concept of the song was great, but the song itself musically wasn't very strong. And the staging, which again, great representation and really cool ideas in the staging, I just don't think it quite came together well enough for it to be quite that memorable, and probably suffered a bit from it being a televote only semi-final. Gojo, I'm still quite baffled and amazed by. I have to say, I had that down as a very sure qualifier. I think the running order spot being in first hurt him quite a bit. Probably the crowd muting didn't help.
And I say sweet, sweet, you say yum, yum, sweet, sweet.
And I would have said that actually he would have been at higher risk in a jury and televote semi-final, so still quite confused by that non-qualification. I guess Australia don't have really many voting neighbours. There's no real diaspora anywhere for them, so I think that always hurts them. But I think we're in for a much stronger chance for them qualifying this year, and I should think they probably will. And then in the final, the juries often love what they bring, and I think it'll be a similar case. I think they could definitely get a top 10 jury score here, and then the televote, they do struggle. I just think in a final where you've got lots of novelty, different, quite unique experimental, not necessarily experimental music, but experimental staging, just a lot of different vibes and things, having a song that's maybe feels a bit more generic and standard may jeopardize it slightly and maybe doesn't bode well to get the best televote result ever. I want to say it won't do as badly as these two songs in the televote, but I mean, Voyager, definitely I would have had down as a song that would do better in the televote than this song, so it's actually hard to know. They could maybe flop a bit in the televote, but I feel like jury will love this enough that they could be pushing for a top 10. I think probably left-hand side of the leaderboard for this, which is great for Australia. That makes me happy. So I'm going with a 7 out of 10 for its composition. I think some of those chords were on the simpler side, but not necessarily a bad thing, because I think that makes it probably easier to listen to in a way, and a lot of those lyrics just were maybe slightly too generic for me and a bit vague, but the reason it's higher is because I like some of those cool, slightly more jazzy piano motifs towards the end, and I loved that instrumentation at the beginning. And there was a key change in it, so it's got some cool developmental ideas in the way the beat came in. I wasn't like bored at all, like it kept me engaged, I would say. Vocal capacity, I have to give her a 10. That vocal range is incredible all the way up to that G. Some nice falsetto, some nice controlled vibrato. Obviously this isn't a live performance, so she probably has the upper hand over a lot of other entries I've reacted to who have been singing live, so I will have to hear the live performance, but that is not the vocal of someone whose voice has been heavily edited and tuned to pretend that they're good at singing. That is the voice of a good singer, even though it is obviously the studio recording. Performance on stage, I know this is harsh because this is not a performance on stage. I'm just having nightmare visions, I think, of there not really being a whole load of staging, her just standing there in a nice outfit with a mic with some fairly simple LEDs, which maybe could work, but I don't know. Actually, Australia have had some good staging moments the past couple of years. Maybe that's a bit too harsh. I'll stick with it for now, but obviously I don't know what they're planning with staging. I don't know what staging directors they tend to work with. Anyway, overall impression, 7 out of 10, because I love her as a vocalist. I'm sure she will be a great performer. Like I said, the song kept me engaged. Wasn't the most groundbreaking thing, but not everything has to be groundbreaking, I don't think, which gives us a total of 30 out of 40. So those are my first initial opinions and reaction points about Australia's entry for Eurovision 2026. What do you think? Do you agree with the odds? Do you think this is in contention to win? If you've got any more information about the song or Delta herself, then please do let me know in the comments. I love hearing all of your thoughts and opinions. A huge thank you to Erin May, new Patreon supporter, for supporting me over on Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to support me, you can support me over on there or make a one-off donation on Buy Me a Coffee if you'd like. You can follow me on my socials, Henry Larks Music, and you can stream my music. I have a new song called Chamomile coming out on March the 12th if you're interested. But thank you so much for watching. I'm very grateful for your support, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Goodbye.